everyone, Renee here. My interest in moisturizers have been completely reignited this last year. I've always said skincare is my makeup, and I'd say moisturizer is about 70–80% of that. The way a good and suitable moisturizer finishes my skin is everything. So as we transition into fall, winter, things are getting drier, temperatures are getting lower. This period is always kind of difficult for my skin. It's just like this sudden free fall of lipids and hydration. It's no secret that I've always had a preference for the Korean brand moisturizers because they make my skin look so good. Plump, bouncy, hydrated, healthy, youthful. So I'm going to show you some new favorites. It's been a while since I've updated from my old classic favorites, but those will always have a place in my heart and in my rotation. So I have something for everyone going into the fall and winter. And of course, as I always say, moisturizing is situational, and me being and having hormonal skin, it really can vary quite vastly on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. But also, I made a huge leap in my tretinoin concentration because when I was in France, I really wanted to try a particular brand of tretinoin, and I could only get 0.05%. I will definitely be updating you with all the details in my next skincare routine, but if you were to look at me up close, you would see that, especially because I'm wearing makeup right now, you will see that there is pilling that does not come from makeup or skincare. It's my real skin. Fact is, it would be a lot worse if I were not shellacking everything down with hydration and moisturizers that are also incredibly calming, soothing, and reparative. I'm going to go in order of texture groups, so starting from light to creamy to rich moisturizers. And within those categories, I've got ones that give you a natural skin finish, a velvet skin finish, and of course, the glowy ones. But nothing is greasy. No grease, all elegance. And all my picks, of course, are suitable for sensitive skin and are fragrance-free. There's a new category of moisturizer that I have been obsessed with, the ones that combine gel and cream in one. For me, this really started with Dalba's Double Serum and Cream, where the gel and the cream are separate, but when you combine them together, it actually mixes so beautifully, and the result is just amazing. Since then, I've been obsessed with this one from Thank You Farmer, from their rice line, their pure gel and cream. As you can see, the difference is this has the cream inside the gel, and I like this even better. It's the perfect combination of hydrating glow and the moisture to lock it all in, and I love that there is a customizable aspect to it as well. I can easily adjust the ratio of cream to gel. If I want more cream, I can do that, and vice versa. And from my own personal experience, mixing the gel and the cream together just works so much better than using them individually. It really is more about the ratios than the layering, but also when you're layering a cream over gel, it just doesn't always work, especially if you apply makeup on top of it. The skin finish is gloriously glowy, and it's a long-lasting one, all day, all night. This has all the things I love in Korean moisturizers. It is full of beautiful plant ingredients, which of course the main one being rice extract. Rice moisturizers are amongst my favorites because I always feel like they make my skin look like mochi. This is so calming and soothing when you apply it. It's great for sensitive skin. In fact, I feel like this is suitable for a wide range of different skin types and conditions. I can really appreciate how intense this is, intensely hydrating, intensely moisturizing, and intensely protective. I also want to talk about my favorite capsule cream from VT Cosmetics, their PDRN capsule cream. This concept is along the same vein where you have a bunch of cream capsules suspended in a gel base. My first capsule cream was from Medicube, if you can remember, and I loved that. I'm actually thinking of doing a review of all the capsule creams I've tried. Some of them I love, some of them not so much. And just review and compare, so let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. I have this new one that I'm opening up for the video because I just love the way it looks when it's new. Seeing the dollops of cream suspended in the gel, and I really love just even scooping it out as well. Again, it's the same effect. Beautifully hydrating, feels so soothing when you apply it. The creaminess is substantial and your skin looks so glowy. I would say this one is a little heavier than this one from VT. So these blue suspended dollops of cream are actually a concentrated Phyto PDRN formula. PDRN is just one of the latest buzzwords in cosmetics, very much in the same vein as vitamin C and retinoids, meaning that the specific buzzword ingredient isn't necessarily the gold standard, such as the case here. here. I would not associate this PDRN formula with the actual PDRN used in Rejuvenex, which is the famous clinical application using salmon sperm DNA. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that what they use has no benefit to the skin. A lot of times there is. The fact is, I would have gotten this and loved this with or without the PDRN on it. I mean, what they're using instead is their Phyto plant-based PDRN, which is from ginseng root, which you know how much I love ginseng in skincare. It's probably my most favorite well-aging plant ingredient. And even the supporting gel is such a well-aging powerhouse. It's got 9 different peptides, 5 different ceramides, and it's got 11 different forms of hyaluronic acid. It's so super plumping and hydrating, and you feel it. And oh, the glow. As you can see, a little bit goes a long way. You don't need a lot to cover your entire face. The temptation, though, because of the way it looks when you're scooping it out, is to actually use a lot more than you need. Every time I use this, when I start applying, probably because I always like to have a little more cream versus gel in the ratio, I always feel like this is going to make me look like a Smurf. That color disappears. Everything's beautifully glowy. If you have normal to oily skin, this is beautiful. That being said, I still feel like this is substantial. So I was really taken by surprise by Mixsoon's Cica Hyal Deep Soothing Cream. This has a thick and luxe emulsion texture, which I automatically think, oh, this is lightweight, you know, for summer. But this is definitely one of the most intensely hydrating moisturizer formulas I've tried. And that thickness and the texture is so soothing that when you apply it on your skin, it's immediately like, ah. But it also not just locks in that intense hydration, but it leaves the skin looking so healthy and super bouncy. The skin finish is rice paper smoothness. Most gel moisturizers, in my experience, just don't have the ability to hold up to the drier weather, especially in the fall. This has holding power. It's especially great for layering your skincare. So just having a bunch of light layers to protect your skin in the fall rather than just maybe one thick moisturizer. So this has Centella asiatica, 11 different types of hyaluronic acid in it, as well as ceramides, panthenol, all the good stuff. This is really one of the most soothing formulas I've tried. Now on to my favorite creamy moisturizers, which in my opinion are the most universal, all-embracing, all-inclusive type of moisturizers. These are generally great for everyone and anyone who has skin, and it's a household must-have during the fall and winter. Since maybe right before spring, I've been plowing through Purito's Dermide Relief Barrier Moisturizer with ceramides. This is just that kind of moisturizer you fall in love with the minute it touches your face. The application really is that elegant. It's got that beautiful light creaminess, but it feels very, very hydrating as well. When I mentioned this before, I called it deceptively moisturizing because it feels so hydrating when you're applying it, and it does actually feel lightish, but it's got some magic to it, and it leaves the skin with this beautiful, healthy, natural finish. This has everything your skin needs for a really healthy skin barrier. It's got that holy trifecta of 5 different types of ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids to just really prevent any kind of transepidermal water loss. This is also great under makeup, which makes this a great daytime moisturizer during the fall and winter. In fact, I often use it around my eye area as well. So it's just kind of that one-stop lazy girl moisturizer. During the spring and summer, even, I loved using this as an evening moisturizer because there was something about it that was so replenishing and soothing after a day in the sun. By now, you've heard me talk a lot about Aesthura's Ato Barrier Cream. This was also in my 2024 year-end favorites. This has just become that all-occasion moisturizer for me. Apparently, one is sold every 7 seconds. This is great for fall, winter. It's a very comforting creaminess, which to me doesn't feel too rich or too heavy. This uses their patented capsule technology to deliver high-density ceramides to the skin. That, in combination with the fatty acids and cholesterol, forms the holy trifecta of preventing transepidermal water loss. So this really helps even more effectively your skin hold on to hydration and moisture. The cream that I've been reaching for the most lately is this one from Klairs, their Maple Energy Infusing Cream. So you know that Klairs has some of my all-time favorite moisturizers. They are classics and always on rotation, have been for a really long time. I will continually use them forever. Their iconic Midnight Blue Calming Cream and their Rich Moist Soothing Cream. These are really difficult to live up to, but I finally have a new one I'd like to add. And it's different from what I'm already familiar with. Immediately, the texture is a firmer, denser one, but it's still super buttery and silky and lush. It's really, really comforting, and it feels so nice to apply. I will say a little bit goes a long way, but also it just makes my skin look fabulous afterwards. It's got a glowy, hydrated glow finish, the kind that I love. So this is part of their Maple Energy line, which uses maple sap. And, you know, for me, when I think maple sap, I think birch sap. If any of you remember one of my very first videos ever on Makeup's raw sauce. Wow. But I also think of honey, just some of my favorite humectants out there. The sap is also rich in minerals, and I think there might have been a part of me that was hoping maybe that there would be a little bit of that maple scent, but there is none of that, and I guess I'm glad. For well aging, this is fantastic, not just because of the skin barrier support and defense, but also it just brings back the youthful vitality of the way your skin looks. It's a beautiful formula, which also contains a whole bunch of well-aging peptides, which, you know, I love peptides in a moisturizer. It's been tested to retain transepidermal water loss up to 10 layers deep in our skin, but also really improves the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. The skin texture just is so much nicer. Feels bouncy. I've got that like hydrated glow and gloss to my skin, which is definitely difficult when I'm molting. If you're looking for an intense moisturizer, or your skin just really needs that extra nourishment, barrier repair, TLC, from Dr. Althea, their 147 Barrier Cream. This is no joke. It is dense, it is creamy, it is a stunning formula, and it is great for sensitive and sensitized skin as well. But even though it has that heaviness, there is zero greasiness, at least in my experience, which makes me feel that this is really great and comforting for compromised skin, even if it's oily. This can be used by quite a wide, broad range of skin conditions. It's creamy, rich, but fast absorbing with a soft, natural skin finish. This is something I love using for nighttime repair, and especially because it feels so non-invasive. It's not, greasy or oily. It's just got this kind of matte, sticks to your skin finish. I am enchanted by its beautiful light blue color. I do have an affinity for blue skincare. In this formula, it's the guaiacylene, one of my favorite ingredients, which is just so great for soothing and calming the skin. This also has avocado extract, 4 different types of ceramides, 7 different forms of hyaluronic acid, and they have their special patented plant ingredient, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. This also has beautiful camellia seed oil. It's got argan oil. It's rich, again, without leaving any greasy residue. I also want to quickly mention that they do have a lighter formula as well. This is their 345 formula. As you would expect, it's a much lighter texture, like a creamy gel. This is also particularly good as a daytime moisturizer, especially if you have acne-prone skin, and it's very calming, soothing. It's got niacinamide as well. It's both of these formulas are beautiful. In my first video of this year, I talked about new Korean beauty to try in 2025. This was one of my favorites. It still is. From HaruHaru Wonder, their Centella Phyto and 5 Peptide Concentrate Cream. When it comes to well-aging moisturizers, this formula has everything I want. This is rich, but does not leave any greasy residue because it absorbs fast, and it just leaves a really pleasant velvet finish on the skin. It's not at all scary for anyone who just doesn't like shininess or, oiliness or anything like that. I mentioned before that I particularly love peptide moisturizers. I especially like using this under an overnight mask, whether it's a hydrogel one or a wrapping mask. I feel like there's just a little bit of extra benefit and my skin comes out even more ironed out. This formula has their 5 peptide complex, which is 5 really well chosen peptides, ones that are really effective at tackling the different visible signs of aging, as well as slowing down the whole aging process. Visible signs of aging, elasticity, firmness, and moisture and hydration. So these are my new favorite must-try Korean moisturizer picks going into fall and winter. I hope you found this helpful, and usual, I always hope that you find something you absolutely love and will be your forever skin companion. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'm wishing you great skin health.